This is a wonderful clock by Daniel Delander. It was made in about 1710, and the case has gone through a bit of a history. Somewhere along the line, I think it was the collector's wife, didn't like another black case coming into the house, and so he had it painted green. The next owner had the sense to put it back, because you could see in the fruitwood underneath it had been black originally, so it's been put back to its original before it came into the collection. But it's a most amazing piece of work. You can see or hear it ticking away, and it's a duplex escapement. And that's a complicated way of saying that it goes a tick, pauses, then goes a tock, and moves forward 2 seconds. But on the second dial here, you can actually see it pause and then move forward. And the second dial then has to be engraved in 2-second intervals. So instead of having 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, etc., which is normal on a second dial, this has 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Completely different, but it's a lovely, gentle, slow tick, tock, tick, tock. Beautiful. Wonderful clock, Daniel Delander, duplex escapement. May even be his first duplex escapement. It's certainly a very early one. You can see the duplex escapement coming up to 0, 2, 4, 6, so that you can just see a very small movement when it changes over from the one escape wheel to the other escape wheel, and then all the movement actually takes place on the one side swing of the pendulum when it's over across on the 3 side. So coming up 28, 30. So you can hear the pendulum ticking away, and the ticks are every 2 seconds. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Can you see the slight recoil in between the escapements changing over at 1, 3, 5? Just a very, very slight movement of the second hand on the odd seconds, which are not marked. The duplex escapement was certainly Daniel Delander's trademark, but it wasn't popular. People were confused by the engraving 6, 12, 24, and so on, and so that it just died away afterwards. It's very, very, very rare that any other clockmaker took it up. So we have a beautiful, bold chapter ring, picked out with the gold banding around it, and the huge numbering of the outer minutes, and even a tiny little pair of arrows on each of the 5-minute markers. Bold engraving of all the minutes, and then the standard Roman numerals going around for the hours, these lovely bold half-hour markers, and the little quarter-hour marker divisions on the inner dial ring there. So on the peak of the breakarch, you've got the moon with the shutters, which give you a better indication than just having a ball rotating. So the silver moon rotates, but it has a better shape to show the phases with little shutters on each side. So Daniel Delander certainly wasn't trying to hide his skill under a bushel. Here he says in big letters, tempus equale et inequale, horologio hoc indicator, which roughly translated says equal time, that's Greenwich Mean Time, clock time, and unequal time, that's sundial time, this clock displays. And then it continues, differentia est aquatio temporia flamstidi. The difference is the equation of time from the publications of Flamsteed, who of course was the Astronomer Royal at the time. And then the lovely bold hands, beautiful silver, polished ends to the winding squares, and the equation of time here, and the age of the moon, just day 15. Beautiful, bold, expressive dial. So the wonderful engraving of his signature here, Delander, London. And underneath you've got the rotating disc with all the information. The very top you can see Sagittarius, you see the symbol in astrology, and you see the picture of the archer on his horse, and then underneath you've got these various engraved dials. The top one, it says sun's place, and that's the place where it is within the zodiac. Underneath it, it's got sun's rising and setting, sun's rising and setting, and that gives you the time of sunrise and sunset. Underneath, the next one down, is sun's amplitude, and that's really the equation of time. It's the difference in time between the Greenwich Mean Time and what you see on the sundial. The next one down is the sun's right ascension. Here, right ascension. The next one is the sun's declination, and the last one is the days of the month and the month itself. So you can see we're in November, and it's the 25th of November. That's my birthday. Daniel Delander came from the Tompion-Graham line of doing clocks, and his mechanisms are beautiful, as were his two teachers. But the case has now moved on, and it really is a magnificent showpiece. The finials right up at the top, these wonderful capitals, brass columns. Look at the quality in these Corinthian capitals. Most beautiful castings, finely chased, mercury gilded. They are superb. The column sits on these wonderful bases, a combination with the little cherub with his wings melding into the Arkansas leaf with the curve of the ram's horn, all incorporated into one beautiful design. The oak probably came from the Danube, where you had oak forests, and the trees were close together, so they had to grow tall. So you've got a lovely, long, straight trunk from which these woods were cut. So you've got these lovely brass gilded hinges screwed into place, and then the gilded frame on the outside is screwed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way around, screws. And then the door is picked out in brass, which has been gilded. The lower door is the same, picked out in brass, gilded hinges, and the whole thing is quite magnificent.